I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and then do a 45-minute high-intensive workout. And then I meditate for exactly 19 minutes before I start my day officially to rule the world.
Wait a minute, this looks too perfect, right? Relax, I'm not a morning person and this is a 100% real peek into my life.
Hey everyone, this is Saptharshi and I'm a director of design at Swiggy and I'm also a mentor at Growth School. And today I'm going to take you through my life, what I do as a person and what I do as a professional. So I'll give you snippets of what I do at work, my brainstorming sessions with my teams, my other meeting, my hands-on work, and also my personal life, like what I eat, what do I do beyond work and so on. But remember that this is my life and it should not be generalized with the life of any designer out there. It's very specific to me. So this is how my morning routine actually looks like. So I get up at around 8 in the morning after snoozing the alarm a couple of times, of course. After that, I freshen up and grab a cup of black coffee. Depending on the schedule of my meetings, I usually start my day at around 9 or 10 in the morning. And it's actually a little early. Not everyone starts their day by that time. I do it because I get a head start of around 30 minutes so that I get enough time to reply to some of the pending emails and Slack messages. And it also helps me to plan my day. My breakfast is rather simple. I have protein shake. At times I also have an omelette with some cheese on it. This dose of protein really helps me to go throughout the day. Although I have a nice dining area, but I have my breakfast in the living room while I'm watching something on the TV. It's usually some car review or something on YouTube. Or at times I even rewatch some of the old shows like The Office or the Sarabhai versus Sarabhai. Alright, let's get started with work. This is my work desk. It's pretty simple. It's white. It's a motorized desk. And I have a monitor, which of course I connect my laptop with, and I use it with this keyboard and a trackpad. I don't use mouse. Yes, I'm a trackpad person.
Work for me is about taking a lot of decisions in meetings. If I were to sum up my work, it is striking the right balance between the consumer and the business needs. Well, I also do a lot of hands-on work, but over the years it has considerably reduced as I have progressed in my career. Right now, I'm about to get into a meeting where the stakeholders are asking for using a very bright color to bring noticeability into a certain feature, which I don't want to do because it's a persistent thing. Instead, I'm proposing to use a subtle animation in the first few seconds, which will bring the same amount of noticeability. Let's see if I can convince them. We'll see you after the meeting.
At Swiggy, I have around 18 people who report to me, and I have been personally involved in hiring most of them, and they are extremely skilled and capable. I have bi-weekly one-on-one meetings with them where we don't really talk work, but we talk about the person's career development. It's about the person and not really about the work. Work review and other sessions happen during other meetings, but one-on-ones are strictly for personal development. My lunch is actually a little boring. I have khichdi almost every day because it's fast food for me, because the prep time is very low and it's very easy to consume. I can just have it in a bowl and keep having it with a spoon, and I can even have it while I'm taking a meeting. But I try to have the lunch with my wife. We sit together and just have a little hour time, which is a blessing of work from home. All right, now let's get back to the rest of the day. At times, I help my teams out with the projects that they are working on. If they're ever stuck with anything, they reach out to me and I help them out by going on a working session over Figma where both of us are working together and we are over a video call as well. I browse a lot of websites for inspirations and references. Mobin is one of them which I actually browse pretty regularly. It's nothing but a repository of the screenshots of apps across the world. Dribble is another platform that I browse, mostly for visual and animation work. But a lot of my visual and aesthetic inspiration actually comes from nature, from all the trips that I take around the world. In fact, the first Euro trip that I'd ever taken in 2017 had a great impression on me because it changed a lot of things about how I dress up, how I set up my home, my sense of aesthetics and so on. I started loving grays and blacks more than ever, and it started reflecting in my work as well. If you look around my house, it is filled with artifacts and collectibles from across the world because both me and my wife, we love to travel and we keep aside a sum of money, our travel fund, for these travels. So yes, travel is one of the things where I spend a lot of money on, along with cars. Post 6:30 p.m., I usually do not have any more work calls, and that's when the mentor side of me starts. I mentor a lot of designers beyond my Swiggy team, of course. And I have a course on Growth School, and as a part of that, also I mentor my learners. They get on live calls with me where I clarify their doubts, where I show them the way, I give them advice around career and so on. In addition to that, I also mentor people outside beyond growth school, where people can directly click on a link and book slots with me. And these slots are usually scheduled from 8 to 10 p.m. on the weekdays. I also create content on YouTube and Instagram. Whereas YouTube is mostly about design, Instagram is where I tell stories about a lot of things beyond design. And one of the main reasons why I do this is because I feel I'm really good at explaining complex things in the most simple way which everyone will understand, using day-to-day examples and all. That's why I do it. There was a time when I used to do all these things, writing, shooting, editing, but now I have a small team and they ensure that every Sunday morning I have 4 scripts of Instagram Reel with me, which I just shoot in some 30 or 40 minutes and then I pass it on to the editor who edits them, and in the next week, in the coming week, I keep posting those 4 reels. So yeah, that's how I manage my content creation. By the way, I'm actually an engineer by my education, and this whole design thing started off as a hobby. Back in college, I used to design those t-shirts and posters for my hostels and college fests, and the interest kind of grew. And over time, I figured out that UX design is nothing but a combination, a blend of my engineering skills, my technical skills, and my graphic designing skills, which I was pursuing as a hobby, and it worked out perfectly for me. In fact, I didn't spend a single rupee to learn design because it came naturally to me. And also, I was very fortunate enough to have very good co-workers in my first job who would help me out. Also, back in those days, I don't know if there were many good courses that I could take up, so that was out of question as well. The course, like the ones that I have in growth school, not only helps people acquire skills, but also helps them to build a strong network of like-minded people and designers from the industry. Seeing all this, it might make you feel like my life has no room for anything else, but that's not true. At times, I do take evening walks with my wife or play a few rounds of squash when I'm here at home. I'm usually mindful about what I eat and also the portions, and I wrap up my dinner by 10 p.m. Once in a while, after a stressful day, I do take a long drive with my wife to the airport just to grab a cup of chai. You see, driving is therapeutic for me, even in Bangalore traffic, but only at night. So folks, that was a wrap for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments which part of my life you enjoyed the most. And don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to Growth School's channel and my channel. That's all for today. This is Sapta. See you all in the next one.